Got 3 choices and it wasn't letting me choose video. Okay, today we get to talk about Isaac.
About time.
Yeah, we've gone through a lot of stuff.
Genuinely thought it would be the next chapter whenever I first read this.
Whatever. So now we get into teenage sibling rivalry.
Family drama.
And the pain in the butt that everything turns out to be. But let's see what happens. Sarah bears Isaac. He is circumcised. Hagar and her son are cast out of Abraham's household. The Lord saves Hagar and Ishmael. Abraham and Abimelech deal honorably with each other.
And okay. The Lord's visited...
Wait. Let's do a prayer. We didn't do that first. Anyhow. Father in heaven, we thank thee very much to be here and have this chance to learn of thy word and thy covenants. We ask that it please help us to share and understand the things that are best to know, and that we can help others and ourselves understand better. We thank thee very much for thy blessings, and we say these things and do so humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. The light started flickering
Yes,
again.
I noticed that. Our light is not good. I don't know what the deal is with that light, but...
It's not the bulb.
Yeah.
And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
Maybe I need to check the soldering of those connections.
Maybe.
For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him.
And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare unto him Isaac. Should we just turn off that light at this point?
We don't have any other good light. That's the problem.
True.
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him.
And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him.
And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh. Rejoice. Yeah. Hebrew root, whatever that is, Tzachak, means both to laugh and to rejoice. Thus there is double meaning implied in its use here.
Got it.
I do not know that language. Made me to laugh so that all that hear will laugh with me.
And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age.
And there's the double miracle of she was past menopause. So how did that happen to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
And the child grew and was weaned. So typically, before we had milk supplements, weaning was closer to a year old, I believe. I have known people that were breastfeeding their child up to like 5 years old. So anywhere in between there.
Okay, that's news for me.
Yeah.
You didn't finish 8.
Oh, I only read the first line. Sorry. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned.
And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, Hagar, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wait, so she's basically doing what Hagar did to her, so to speak. Ha ha, this son is more special than yours.
I'm not going to say what was being done, but considering he was a teenager, you know, he was 13 or 14, I'd have to go back and check, when Isaac was born. You know, just the simple fact that he's a teenager, there's a new baby in the house, which means that everybody pays attention to the baby, not to me, you know, and...
That's normal.
He was the one that had his father's favor all of this time for the last 12 to 14, 15 years now. So he is sitting there going, so what are you going to do now that you've gotten to this point? He's pulling the bully, he's pulling the...
Oh, it's Ishmael doing it to her. Got it.
Right. This isn't Hagar doing it. This is the son of Hagar.
I thought it was Sarah.
No. Sarah is sitting there going, "Hey, it's wonderful. I have this child," and they're all, this is the child of the father of the original marriage. This is not the polygamous second son that wasn't really produced for the what the heck is the deal with that light?
No idea.
The
Covenant.
the covenant family.
And therefore,
it was a secondary thing,
and therefore Isaac is the one who will gain the inheritance.
right. And so what's his name? Ishmael is playing up the bully and all the other stuff, and I'm getting pissed by that light.
Like I said, try to turn it off.
I'd have to figure out some other way to get light over here, otherwise it won't be balanced.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wherefore Sarah, she said unto Abraham, Cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. He does care for Ishmael.
Yep, he is a good man, and he has a son that he wants to take care of, even if it isn't his
first son.
Well, it was his first son, but it wasn't
Covenant.
his most important son.
Yeah.
Of his most
That's
important
what I meant.
covenant. Yeah. And God said unto Abraham, Let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad and because of thy bondwoman. In all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
And also the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed.
So, this is not a bad thing still. He's still going to be a great person, but it's just not going to be the same.
I think we need to put a potential seizure warning on this, because that light's flickering
Yeah.
too much.
I'm going to have to take that apart or something. Anyhow, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. This is, again, the teenager going, Mom, why have we been kicked out? Why are we doing this? And they're just out wandering, so...
And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs.
Now, a lot of times when you see this in reenactments, he's still a little infant, and she's just dumping him off on the side of the road.
He's a teenager.
Exactly.
It clearly states that. Why would they do that?
Because people skip over the chapter that says he was 13.
That's fair.
But she put him there saying, stay here, I'll see if I can come back. Or maybe she lied to him flat out and said, I'll be back. You'll be fine, honey. But they're both dying of thirst. And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as if it were a bow shot. So most of an American football field or a soccer field. For she said, Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. I mean, this is tragic, legitimately tragic. They're both out of water. They don't know where to go. I'm kind of surprised that they don't know where to go, but at the same time, Abraham may have said, this is the path that you're going to take, because everybody that we know is here, so go somewhere that we aren't. And so they don't know anything about this area.
And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, What aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is.
So here's another sign that Ishmael wasn't just a bully, wasn't just a pain-in-the-butt teenager.
He still believed in God.
And he legitimately prayed and said, God, I'm worried about me. I'm worried about my mom. Can we get some help here? And God sends it. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation.
And
That's
God,
an awesome promise.
Indeed. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink.
Interesting way of saying that. Maybe she was just so tired and, 12 hours without water in the middle of a desert, you're going to not be thinking straight. And maybe she saw something that God created there just for her. It's possible. I'm not going to say it did. Maybe it was there and she was just so worn out and so...
Tunnel vision from the exhaustion.
And also tunnel vision from, oh, we're all dead. You know, all of the above weighing down on her. She was just staring at her feet, shuffled over, you know, long way away, sat down and just cried. And then God said, look up, look up. And she looks up and there's a well. You know, I listened to a thing this morning. I don't remember the whole detail, but the person was talking about how they were watching their feet because there were cracks in the sidewalk that they were on. And they just felt God say, look up. Because they were starting to feel a little bit down and, depressed and all that. And they look up, and it's a beautiful autumn day with every tree having colored leaves on it. And they were just, wow. Thank you. That was awesome. Lift to my spirit to see the beauty of the fall, autumn stuff. And
the beauty in nature you cannot see if you continue to look down at the ground.
Right. And so here is a chance for again, us to say, don't just look down. Look up, look to God, and see what he has in all of the world for us to see and know and so forth.
I've gotten used to looking down at the ground more than I do look up.
Yeah. So let's look up and look at God. And God opened her eyes and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad to drink.
And God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer.
So this wasn't a one-time thing, but, you know, who knows where she went? We don't know. It doesn't really matter. He survived. They both survived, and he did well. And he went into the wilderness of Paran, Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And
it came to pass that at that time that Abimelech and
Phicol?
My brain wants to say Pinocchio. I mean,
well,
if there was an N between the I and the C,
it would work. But
Pinocchio.
It's an H. Phicol. Let's just say it's Phicol.
Is it Pinocchio spelled with a PH? Or is it a...
No, it's P-I-N.
Okay.
Pin-O-Kio.
Okay, I'm forgetting that. The chief captain of his host spake unto Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest.
Which is an awesome compliment in so many ways. And it also... it's kind of a circular argument. I see all of the good that you have, all of the wealth and all of the animals and all the health.
I just realized I left the meat open on my desk and the door open. I hope the cats aren't eating it.
You can get it in a minute. It doesn't matter. And all these good things you have, and you honor God, and I see how much you honor God, and I see these blessings, and you honor God, and it just becomes a circular argument of all of these good things, and you are a good person.
The circle of life meet the circle of blessings.
Or something along those lines. Now therefore swear unto me here by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me. Interesting switch. Nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me, and to the land wherein thou hast sojourned.
And Abraham said, I will swear. Can I do another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away.
Oh, so this might be, hey, you're a good guy. Why are you here? We have a problem.
Essentially, he was saying, we claim this well for ourselves, but it's on his property.
Or something. It doesn't matter. There was a conflict and a strife. And Abraham might have come in full armed array, and Abimelech's sitting there going, hey, you're a good guy. Let's not do this. And Abimelech said, I wot not who hath done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it, but today. So this is the first time I've heard of this.
And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them unto Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant.
And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves.
And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what mean these 7 ewe lambs which thou hast set by themselves?
And he said, For these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have digged this well. So whether or not it's on my land or your land, I did this, and I'm paying you to just leave it alone and let me have it.
Wherefore he called that place Beersheba? Beersheba?
Beersheba.
Okay.
Oh. I.e. the well of the oath, or well of 7.
Because there they swear both of them.
And thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Abimelech rose up, and Phicol, the chief captain of his host, and they returned into the land of the Philistines.
Hey, first time we hear him. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God.
Or tamarisk. What the heck is a tamarisk?
For which one? The grove?
The grove, yeah. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. So let's look that up.
That one's confusing.
I've never heard of that word.
Because grove is usually something you would do for a collection of trees that somebody planted.
Right. Tamarisk. Tamarisk. It's there. The genus Tamarisk is composed of about 50 to 60 species of flowering plants.
Oh, so a grove of that flower.
Also a phreatophyte, or plant that mines the water table. Ooh, so it's a plant that brings up water.
Like a natural well.
I don't know. I don't live in the desert, so I don't know how that works.
That's fair.
One thing that comes to mind is cactus can store water inside them, and if you tap them right, you can drink out of them.
True.
So maybe there's a way you can drink out of these. I don't know.
Cool.
Studies have shown that a mature tamarisk can uptake nearly 200 gallons of water a day. Although native trees in wet riparian areas can use more or less the same amount of water, they do not grow in as densely as the tamarisk. So
interesting.
That might be the tamarisk trees. So he planted a series of these tamarisk trees
to help get more water out of the well,
or out of the ground in general. So
cool.
Somehow there's a way of using it. That is an interesting. Tamarisks. We're on Wikipedia. Yeah, Wikipedia. There's a tamarisk bush. Tamarisks. Well, whatever. So I don't know if you could see that, but that's pretty cool. They planted a grove that would become an oasis, and maybe it helped bring the water table up so that they could dig a well in the middle of them or something. Who knows?
Is that how oases are formed?
Usually the other way around, but I don't know. That's.
I think I need to brush up on some geology or something.
We need to go live in the desert for a few decades and find out how that works.
Please no.
Yeah.
I don't think I could handle that heat. I can barely handle the cold.
Yeah, wait till we move.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be super hot and then super cold. Anyhow.
Pepperoni.
So, interesting thing about the grove of trees. Wonder if that was done to form an oasis or what.
Or if it was symbolic in some way.
Who knows? And let us know what you think about Isaac's birth and Ishmael getting thrown out and all this other stuff. This is an interesting chapter. We should talk more about the thing with the well, because that seems like that just gets brushed over.
It does, but it does feel mildly important, especially since there was a minor conflict over it.
They came together, and obviously
there's no record of that well.
Well, no, there is. There's, in fact, that might be one of the ones that...
No. What I think is Hagar found the well.
Oh, the one that Hagar found.
Yeah, this might be a reference to the one that Hagar found.
No, this she got thrown out. Like I said, don't stay around us. Go off somewhere else.
Okay, depending on which direction she went, but...
Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. She was gone and out of the story permanently from that point. But this well appears to be one that Abraham dug, and maybe the location was disputed or something, but the king's men, or people that had an in with the king, who knows, claimed the well and put guards around it to keep Abraham from getting to it. And so Abraham armed his whole company and went to the king, it would appear. So this was...
And then the king found out, wait, somebody claimed the well? That wasn't me. I did not know about this.
Exactly. This was an important moment that not only set up that Abraham had the cojones,
The might.
Well, he was willing to face the king, and he had the might to back up his stand. So this was an important moment of Abraham saying, dude, you may be the big dog, but I will not let you walk all over me. And anybody with you can't walk all over me either. So let's talk about the well and talk about all the other stuff. This chapter was quite full of some big events. See you tomorrow.